Hi, I want to teach you how to make rose floral water for bathing, for replenishing, renewing, and refreshing your energy. And so I want to show you this method that I learned from Dr. Rocio Alarcon, who is a ethnobotanist and Ecuadorian shamanic teacher. And you'll see here I have a pot of boiling water on my stove. Turn it on. It's been boiling. And what we're going to do is you can take 6 red roses. Now the red rose is the flower of all the flowers, beautiful flowers of our planet, that carries the potency and the power of the divine feminine energy the strongest. As it grows and absorbs sunlight and starlight and moonlight, the red rose just has this energy that is so beautiful for us to use to help empower our own inner divine feminine energy and connect with the outer divine feminine energy in the universe, which is so much needed, especially here on planet Earth right now. So what you do is you boil a pot of water, it can be any size, and then we're actually going to take off the heads of the rose. I know it's not what you usually do with roses, but that's what we're going to do. And you want to gently rub the petals, which releases some of the oil and the scent there, and drop it into the water. And we're going to do this with 6 roses. And while you're separating these rose petals as they fall into the water. And one thing you do want to do also is blow your intention into the rose petals. So what are you going to intend for yourself from these beautiful flowers? So I'm blowing in my intention of renewal and empowerment, assisting with creativity and peace and inner peace, knowing that love always is stronger than hate, and that I may live with that intention in my actions, thoughts, words. So we're bringing in these rose petals from 6 roses. You can also put in some other herbs, but I would suggest the first time you do this, just use red roses themselves. And so we're asking, and I'm asking as I do this, asking these roses to release all their healing power into the water for my healing. And this is what you would do for your healing. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And so you're going to just fill this, remembering to rub these rose petals. If you rip them or break them a little bit, it's okay. And so we need, no, that's 6. Okay. While I'm talking, it's hard to count. And so I'm using a wooden spoon to stir and immerse these petals in the water so that they sink into the boiling water. And we're going to boil these rose petals for 7 minutes. And while you're boiling them, you want to pray over the water and the roses. All flowers are made up of a lot of water, just like you and I are. And the water itself is very receptive to your emotions and your intention. So we are asking, and while I'm making this, because I'm going to use this rose water for myself for a rose bath, I'm asking for healing. I'm asking for strength of my inner peace, my inner balance. I'm asking for empowerment of my creativity, because I sing and I write and I teach and I do healing. And that creativity also extends to relationships, friendships, to everything you do in life. You can bring this creative energy to it. Because this red rose energy, while it's empowering for the whole body, in particular, it's empowering for the womb chakra. The lower chakra is the seat of energy and power. So we're going to let those roses boil for 7 minutes. I have a timer, so I'm watching my clock. And then I'm going to tell you what you do for the rest of it. So after these rose petals have boiled for 7 minutes, you strain them. And in my sink, I have ready a strainer, a colander, and a pot underneath it. So I'm going to pour the water with the rose petals in here. And then the colander will catch the rose petals and the pot will catch the water. And then I'll put the pot aside and I will let these rose petals cool off in the colander. And you keep the rose water and you keep the petals. And then, if you have a bathtub, go up to your bathroom, take your clothes off. I'm not going to show you that part in the video. And then you're going to after these rose petals have cooled off a little bit because they're boiling hot, then you're going to take a few small handfuls, one at a time, and you're going to rub them on the lymph nodes, the arm, the neck, and really all over the body, the face, your hair. And usually out of 6 roses, you'll get about 3 or 4 very small handfuls of wet rose petals. And so you can sort of divide your body into 4 areas and rub these rose petals, holding them in your hand. Some of them will drop on the floor, and that's okay. And after you use up one little handful, then put it in a bag or a container. And then when you've finished rubbing your whole body, you've done a cleansing with these beautiful rose petals of all the energy that you don't need. And so you put those rose petals in a container and then later put it in your outside trash or compost. You don't want to keep that in the house because they've absorbed anything that you don't need, any negativity, heaviness, grief, sorrow, any heavy emotion. And then you can fill your bathtub with water and then pour in the rose water and then get in and just soak and allow this divine mother energy, this divine feminine mother energy to just be absorbed into you. If you don't have a bathtub, you can easily do this in the shower, and or you could do it outside, either naked or in a bathing suit or something like that. And you can just, after you rub your body with the rose petals and put those aside, then you can take the water and you can pour it over yourself in the shower or outside and on the grass, or you can take handfuls of it and rub it all over your body. Yeah. The first time I ever did this, I was at a women's herbal conference, and a lot of us, I don't know, maybe there were 50 of us, scampered off into the woods and took our clothes off. And in the woods you could see all these naked women rubbing themselves with rose petals and water. It was a great initiation into rose petal bathing. So that is how you do a rose petal bath. And I encourage you to give it a try and just allow yourself to receive the healing energy of the roses, of grandmother rose, of the red rose, which is the rose that is closest to our hearts, closest to showing us the inner beauty that we have, reflecting back to us our beauty. Enjoy.